Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Hannah and today I will be telling you about my reading plans for January. We might be getting a little bit of a strange coloring going on here because it is currently 3:40 in the afternoon and the sun is slowly setting down, so I'm getting a little bit of those, golden hour colors, but that's good. That's better than having no light whatsoever, which is the usual situation for the winter time. Today I wanted to talk to you about my reading plans and my reading goals for January. Normally I like to play my TBR game, but I think I want to start January by closing off whatever I started in 2024. So my goals will be finishing series that I have started in 2024, also reading some books from my self-destruct trolley, and finishing the books that I have started in December 2024. So let's start with the books that I started in December. The first book that I'm carrying over from December is 6 Rooms by Gemma Amor. This is a haunted house, a paranormal horror book, and here we've got this strange house that's opened its doors to the tourists, and they all bought the tickets, and I think there's a group of them, I think around 10 people, I'm actually not quite sure, and they meet the tour guide and they enter the house and they start exploring the house. The book is divided into chapters based on the rooms in the house. So we start in the reception hall and then we go into the blue room, the library, the atrium, the master's study and the map room. And I have about 100 pages left in this book. It's okay. I don't know how I would rate this book, but it's okay. It's just okay. It's to do with ghosts and stuff, and yeah. I will finish it because I want to finish it. I want to see what happened. Like, the plot of this book kind of came to light very early on, and I think this is what makes me lose my interest in this book so far. But 100 pages, it reads easy, and it's my bedtime book, so I will definitely be finishing that one. The other book that I started in December, and I'm still actually listening to it, and also it's one of the books from my self-destruct trolley, is A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. I had this book on my shelf. I know it's a new series. I didn't necessarily want to start a new series, but as this book is on my self-destruct trolley, I kind of want to read it. I'm going to see if I like it, and I'm going to see if I want to continue with the series in 2025. Again, I'm about 2/3 in the book. I think I have about 3.5 hours of audio left. It's okay. It's fantasy. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about this. I kind of need to see how this book ends, and then from then I will decide if I want to continue with this series or I'm happy just reading book 1. So we'll see. The other book from my self-destruct trolley that I want to read this month is Mice by Gordon Reese, and I actually have an audiobook for this, which I think it's going to be a nice and easy read for me. I really don't know what this book is about. It's one of my TBR veterans, so yeah, I want to get through this in January. And then continuing on the series subject, there's few series that I have started in 2024, which ideally I would like to finish in January. I really don't know if it's going to happen. We shall see. Might be a bit ambitious, but I will give it a go. It's still early in the year. First of all, I want to continue with the Poppy War series, and I have book 3, final book in the series, The Burning God, and it's a big chunky book. I'm thinking I might have an audiobook for this, so I might read this as audiobook. We will see. So I actually enjoyed book 2 in the series, The Dragon Republic, and I read that physically, and yeah, so I'll see how this feels. Like, I might read that physically because this is one of those more epic military fantasies, and I think I understand those better when I actually concentrate and read those books with my eyeballs. Book number 2 that I plan to read in January is a book that I wrote over from month to month to month since September when it came out, and that book is Ionesbo Blood Ties. This is book 2 in so far duology, The Kingdom. It's a book about a couple of brothers, and they are hiding quite dark secrets. I said this many times, Ionesbo is my favorite author and I love reading his books, so I'm thinking I need to put this one on my priority list for January, as I really need to read it already. The other books that are on my reading list for January, The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is book 4 in the Inheritance Game series. When I finished reading the first trilogy, the first set of books, I actually didn't plan on continuing with the series, but I have received this book from my brother for my birthday when he was visiting here in December, and I actually enjoyed the series, so I will continue. The next book that is on my list for January is The Whispering Night by Susan Dennett, and this is the third and the last book in the Luminaries trilogy. And in book 1 we got to meet Winnie Wednesday, and she is, I think, 16, and she wants to join this group of luminaries. Luminaries are basically nightmare hunters, and they protect the town that she lives in, the village that she lives in, from the nightmares that lurks in the wood. It could be vampires, werewolves and zombies and all sorts of that. But because her father was a traitor, her family was banned from joining the luminaries. So on her 16th birthday, she actually takes part in the trials, but in secret, so no one knows about it. She manages to pass the trials, and in book 2 she joins the luminaries and she's training as luminaries, and certain things come to light. In book 2 she finds out more about her father and why he could possibly be called a traitor. And yeah, the story continues book 3. I think I need to refresh my memory a little bit about what happened in book 1 and book 2, and then go into book 3 with fresh eyes. So I'll see how I will do it. I might be reading some recaps, or just maybe listen to an audiobook of that if I find it. But yeah, I'm excited to continue with this series. I actually enjoy this series by Susan Dennett. The last book that's on my list for January, it's actually not a priority. If I can get to it, I will read it. If not, I won't be upset, because the next book in the series is coming out in March, so I have plenty of time. But regardless of that, I would like to read Susan Collins' The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I did watch the movie when, I think last year or a couple of years ago, last year I think, I've watched the movie and I enjoyed it, but I know reading a book is a completely different experience, so I would like to read this prequel to the Hunger Games. Hunger Games is one of my favorite series of all time, and yeah, so I would like to actually read this book and be ready for when the next book comes out in March. Okay, so that's that. That's my stack of books. Is it doable? I don't know. Maybe if I read some of them as audiobooks, then maybe yes. But yeah, that's my plans for January. Wish me luck. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what were your thoughts about it. And are you excited for the new prequel to Hunger Games? Because I definitely am. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Good luck with your reading in January, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!